Well, hey there, guys. Welcome to Story Time. I'm Cerise Fairfax. This is my channel. If you are new here, then get ready. When we do story time, we talk about love, lies, lust, and lessons. Now, I hope you don't mind, just to give you a heads up, a lot of the footage on this video, they're just going to be kind of like a bunch of little videos that I have on my cell phone of places that are for sale and just some videos that I took because right now I don't have any background videos for story time. So I thought, let me just do a collaboration of the videos that I have on my hard drive on my cell phone. Without any further ado, let's get into the story. But first, I want to tell you that I'm drinking some coffee right now. Wonderful coffee. I drink my coffee black. It is morning time in Los Cheramicos, where I live in the Dominican Republic, in a province called Puerto Plata, in a municipal called Sosua. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Hey there. My name is Trevor, and I really thought that I was Mr. Don Juan until I met a special lady. This special lady, she ripped out my heart, my eyes, my soul, everything. But I don't want you to feel sorry for me because I kind of deserved it. You see, I've been coming to the Dominican Republic for many years. And finally, I decided to make the move here. And I also made the move to trust a young lady. Now, this lady, she's not from the Dominican Republic. She's not from Haiti, where most of the women are from. This woman is from Venezuela. She's been living here for some time. First, she moved to Colombia, and her first boyfriend found her in Colombia, and he convinced her to move here. Now, this woman was vicious, and I can't blame her because her life was turned upside down by more than one man that made big promises but delivered empty. So, this is how she got her revenge. She got it on me. Her and I, we were dating. I met her here in the Dominican Republic. I was at a river. I went on an excursion. And actually, I went on an excursion with Cerise. That's how I met Cerise. She takes people to the riverside, and we went there and we had a barbecue and we had a few drinks. There was a lot of music. It was a great time. Well, this woman that I met was there with another man. Go figure. I should have known right away. But she was there with another man, and I went to go buy a drink up at the booth. And when we got there, she was buying a drink for her man. And she said to me in perfect English, "Are you here with your family?" And said, "No, I am here on, on an excursion and I'm just checking out the place. I really love the Dominican Republic, but I usually stay at a resort. And this time I decided to come off the resort and see what the real world is like here." And she said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Are you here with your family?" And she said, "No, I'm here with a man that doesn't treat me very good." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that." She said, "Yes, he brought me from Colombia, but I'm originally from Venezuela." And I said, "Well, are you okay?" And she said, "I'm not happy." And I didn't know what to say because my first thing was, "Are you hurt?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, where is this guy? Just show me just for reference purposes." When she showed me, he wasn't a bad looking guy. He was an older gentleman. He looked like he was, European type of guy. And he was laughing with his friends. They were really having a good time. He didn't look bad. And I said, "Well, how is he not treating you good?" She said, "He just makes life all about him, and I'm not a slave." Now, this was a really pretty young girl, and I thought to myself, she's not happy. I can make her happy. I wouldn't make it all about me. I would make it about the both of us. So I said to her, well, why don't you give me your phone number? Because I could see she was holding a cell in her hands. And she did. She gave me her phone number. And I messaged her right away. And I said, there's my number. When you can get free, give me a shout. And I told her I was leaving that Thursday. It was Sunday. So I still had a few more days in town. And I told her I would be back in a month from then. Now, I did get an apartment from Cerise as well, an apartment that I could keep as my own apartment when I'm in town and also use as an Airbnb when I was out of town. So that's what I did. I moved her into that Airbnb. Okay, so that was a Sunday. The very next day, she messaged me and I told her to come on over, and she did. She came over with everything, her whole entire belongings. And I said, what are all these bags? And she said, they're my belongings. He told me that if I left, not to come back. And I said, did you tell him where you were going? And she said, no, but you have to pay the taxi outside. I was so confused. So I went outside and the taxi wasn't much. It was like $10, 500 pesos. So then I went back upstairs to the apartment, and I told her, well, she could stay with me until Thursday, and I was leaving Thursday, and she could stay for the month while I was gone. I was just going to block off the time on Airbnb, which I did. During that month, she made herself comfortable in my apartment. She kept it clean. I sent her some money so she could buy herself some food. I already had the cupboards stocked with a few necessities. And she enjoyed her month. It wasn't a bad Airbnb at all. Actually, I still live in it. I don't Airbnb it out any longer because I'm very comfortable in it. But there is a pool, and it's just a 5-minute drive to Playa Sosua. Great deal. And so, again, like I said, at the time I was planning to move here, which I have done. But during that month, I wasn't even with her intimately before I left. Well, we slept together and she did me a few intimate favors, but I just wasn't in the groove of going all the way with her. I wanted to get her checked out first. And I took her to the doctor that Wednesday. So there was no way that we were going to get the results back by the Thursday. But I did get the results back, which they emailed me the results, and she was clean. So I knew that when I got back to the Dominican Republic, I would be intimate with her. And so when I got back, it was going to be a 3-month stint. But because I got back a month later, I had to get her tested again because I didn't know what she was doing while I was gone. You can call me a little too careful, or you can call me smart. So I got her tested again and everything was fine. But I didn't get her tested for a pregnancy test. I got her tested for STDs. She was pregnant, and it wasn't my child. She was pregnant, and she didn't even tell me. No, it wasn't the European man's baby. Apparently, she got pregnant while she was with him with someone else, just before she met me. Oh, yeah, the story goes deep. And the person that she got pregnant with was a Dominican guy. Now, this Dominican guy, he didn't want her at all. They were sleeping together, and it was because, he was drunk one night. I asked her, how did it happen? She was with this European guy all the time. And she said one time the European guy, he went to Santo Domingo, and there was a Dominican guy that lived next door, and he had a gringa girlfriend, and the gringa girlfriend was drunk one night, and so her the Venezuelan girl and the Dominican guy, they got to talking one night. They had a couple of drinks and boom, it happened. Really. I didn't know what to say, and I didn't want to kick her out. She was pregnant. How did I find out she was pregnant? She was vomiting every morning. And so I said to her, "Are you pregnant?" And this was a few weeks after I arrived. And she said yes, she was. And I asked her, "Is it my baby?" And she said, "Yes, it was." Now, here's the thing, and I've heard this before in Cerise's stories. I have a vasectomy, so I knew it wasn't my baby. And I knew she was lying. So I told her, "Do me a favor, go in the room and pack your stuff and go. If you were honest with me, I would have let you stay. But you're lying to me, and I don't appreciate that." She went into the bathroom and she drank some cleaning liquid. Yes, some fabuloso, we call it here in the Dominican Republic. It was the pink variety. She drank it down. And then I guess she couldn't drink the whole thing down. She ran out of the bathroom and she couldn't breathe. She started to cry. And I said to her, "What's going on?" And she told me she had it in her hand and she showed me what she drank. And now I didn't do the cleaning, so I didn't know how much she drank. But it was enough for her to need to be rushed to the hospital and get her stomach pumped. She stayed there for a few days. I asked her why she did it. And she said because she needed me. And she was not trying to take her life, but she was trying to get rid of the baby. So the baby didn't die. She didn't die, clearly. And I felt real bad for her. I told her she can come back and stay with me, but there's just no way we can ever be together. At this point, I didn't trust her. She found out she was pregnant the month I was not here and she stayed in my apartment. She didn't tell me. We could have handled it a lot differently. And I mean, she wanted to terminate the pregnancy. She told me that she's going to terminate the pregnancy. And she looked around and she couldn't find anyone to do it for her. So, right now, she's 8 months pregnant. And she's staying in my apartment. And I don't know what to do. The baby's due in another month from now. I bought her a bunch of things for the baby. I don't know. She showed me the dad. The dad doesn't want her. The dad doesn't believe it's even his child. And he already told her if she, when she has it, don't come to him because it's her problem. And do I really want to raise somebody else's child? I want to live in the Dominican Republic and enjoy my retirement. Here I am with a woman from Venezuela she's pregnant with a man from the Dominican Republic, and I don't know what to do. I'm really looking for advice. If you have any, put it in the comments below. I thank Cerise for letting me tell my story, but it's a tough one. You see, I have the money to take care of this child if I really wanted to. I've never had any kids of my own because I had to have a vasectomy. I did want a kid of my own one day, but this is not my own kid. My friend told me to look at it like the Jesus complex type of thing. Just look at it like Joseph would and take care of the kid. But it's the trickery behind it that's got me burning. The lies behind it that has really hurt me more than anything. And I have to ask myself, can I get over the lies? Will she do it again? Probably not. She's not really a liar and I'm not perfect. Maybe she lied to me because she was afraid. But when all is said and done, I just really would appreciate some advice from you guys in the comments. I'll be reading and waiting. Well, hey guys, there you have it. Trevor will be waiting for your comments, and I know we can count on you guys to give him good advice. Have a blessed day. Thank you for listening.